Hello, hey everyone. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we recorded one of these MG bite-sized podcasts. It's your hostess with the mostest, Creatively Anzi, and I'm here with In the Dock,
Hi guys.
Obsidian Fury,
What's going on, my people?
OG Otaku,
Yay.
and Zen, aka Ronan.
Yo, what's going on?
Okay, and today we are just doing our catch-ups because we didn't do our catch-ups at the end of May, so we're doing almost like a mid-month catch-up to catch you guys up on everything that we are doing and different things that have been going on in the gaming sphere, which has been quite a lot actually. As usual, Obsidian Fury has a lot to say, but he will.
Why do you have to disrespect me every time you come on? Every time you come on, you have to disrespect. Pardon?
What the people want.
Where's the joke? Where is funny? Find me funny.
All right, Obsidian Fury, please take it away for your bite-size thing on what is going on in the gaming industry.
Okay, so I've got two things. Both are pretty okay. One is a controversy, and the other is pretty funny because of EA doing EA things. So the first one is for April. What obviously kept my mind, April and May kept my mind, was the Helldivers controversy, where Helldivers went through quite a stir at the beginning of May with the community not standing for linking their accounts to PSN. So to give more contextualized history, I will start what happened. I'm gonna speed run it because obviously Anzi wants me to do it in bite size, but you know me, I'm the researcher, so I like going in deep dive. I
want to be informed, bro. Like, give me the deets.
I got you, bro. Don't worry. You've come to your boy, and I'm not going to disappoint. So, history. Most PlayStation first-party studios, you need to know, they have a third-party account linkage, and this isn't just for PlayStation. They do it for Microsoft. Microsoft does it. EA does it. Ubisoft does it. Epic does it. So this isn't strictly PlayStation thing. And in the beginning, they did say that if you were going to link your PSN, in the beginning, they said that you're going to have to link your PSN account to your PC Steam account. But due to the influx of players that we saw with the Helldivers 2, they had to redirect their attention to the capacity, and they didn't have enough time to actually do the actual, like, make it a priority to do the linking. And PlayStation, where they made an error, is they also said on their website that linking accounts isn't going to be mandatory, but that's another conversation. So okay, disclaimer, in the beginning I was all for linking an account. I didn't see it as a big deal. You're literally just going to link a PlayStation account. I've got a PSN account, I've also got an Xbox account. It's not that deep. But then I saw an update that basically the reason why they wanted to do the linking account because they wanted to try and do more safeguarding and upholding more values and safety and security for their player base. So I'm also all for that as well, to make sure that people don't get abused. But I'm thankful that the Helldivers 2 community, they've been very, very welcoming and friendly, and just like we've had a couple of issues, couple of turbulent times, but nothing too bad. So basically the crowd was split into linkers and non-linkers. Linkers were like me at before. It was like, it's not a big deal, takes 30 seconds, and then the conversation kind of shifted from non-linkers to quite a few PC players were dissatisfied that they were creating a newer profile. So after several months of playing the game, so the Discord was like blowing up at the time. I'm like fast forwarding like a lot of things that's happened because I like went into the Discord and that kind of thing. So the player base went and downvoted the hell out of the game on Steam. I'm talking about like at 10,000 downvotes. I was concerned because this isn't Arrowhead's fault. The blame lies with Sony. And a lot of people who were non-linkers at first were like, this is just needless publisher meddling in a game that's not anything is really wrong with it. Why are you like turning knobs and pushing levers for no reason? It just feels like, and there's been like a lot of resentment for like publishers like fine-tuning games for no reason. So after that period, the conversation kind of morphed into PSN not being available in certain countries, more than 150 countries. So Steam would delist the game in those countries, and a lot of people, especially in the Philippines, I saw online, and also in Ghana as well, couldn't play the game. So that's when I was like, well, hold on, team non-linkers.
Did you hear about the community manager and his tweet?
Yeah, I heard all of that. But like, I can't even like get into that because Annabelle said bite size. So in the beginning I was Team Linker. Then I was like, well, hold on. I thought Team Linker was just being lazy. But if there's like a genuine point here where it's like you can't enforce a law and make money from it and then say, oh, we can't do it anymore. Like, because now the players can't even refund anymore. Like for Steam, it's 2 hours playtime, and then you can't refund the game anymore. So that means they just can't play the game even though they've given the money. And Sony would have known this before, when the influx of players, they would have known that at a certain time we're going to be restricting it. So therefore, they should, I think in the beginning they shouldn't even sold those games in those countries, right? Especially if you're gonna make money from them. So that's when I kind of switched side. I was like a Benedict Arnold. I kind of switched sides. I was like, oh hell no! If one person in the Philippines or one person in Ghana can't play Helldivers 2, you best believe I'm standing in the line with them. I'm in the rain with them, because I'll be damned if we're not gonna have some managed democracy and we're not gonna spread it to all these countries. So that is where that is like the So okay, long story short, as if this was a long story, Sony overturned their decision. As we're recording this, it's the 14th. So they've overturned their decision because obviously it was a hell of a PR storm. And I think two things are going to come out of this. One, I don't think from now on Sony is not going to sell in those regions. I just don't think it's going to happen, because especially for Steam, I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they asking a publisher to like purposely hit their bottom line in that kind of way. I think it's unreasonable. I think it's reasonable for us as gamers, but I think it's unreasonable as a business. So I think that they're never going to go through this ever again. And they're also going to make it like mandatory for every single game coming out to make sure they link within the first 10 hours. I'm like straight up. So what's really sad about this is that even though Sony have retracted online, they've retracted their decision, they still haven't like, they've still delisted it from certain countries. And the countries, there's like 170 countries where they've delisted any game that was going to require PSN linking. And I think that that's just really sad, because a lot of these PlayStation first party.
Oh, wow, did they actually delist them?
Yeah. They're still delisted up to today. So even though Sony have said that they're going to reverse the decision, and even though they've said in the past that this is not something that's going to be mandatory, they've still delisted their games in countries that don't have PSN. So I'm still very mad about it, and I'm like, it's really putting me off Helldivers currently. And even though it's not Arrowhead's fault, but it's put me off PlayStation rather than Arrowhead, because this is like the weird thing, whereas gamers, we know we can be very angry, but we don't know where to place our anger and make sure the people who are like making us annoyed feel that, rather than
so many cooks in the kitchen. Who do you blame?
Exactly. So I don't want to go after Arrowhead Cook. I want to go after Sony Cook. But Sony Cook is in the office and Arrowhead is in the kitchen. And, you know, the waiter is just catching all the hellfire. And I don't want that to happen. So, but obviously, Oji Ataku, you know me. I've admitted quite a lot from that story. But Anzi wanted to keep it bite-sized. And that's like as bite-sized as that story can get. What do you guys think? I want to get your opinion on whether or not you're team linker or team non-linker, if it's that much of an issue. And what do you think of Sony's decision of delisting games within PSN games because they can't access PSN in like 170 countries? What do you guys think? Oh, Jataku, we'll start with you, because you obviously know like what I'm talking about. But I in the dark, I also know you know what I'm talking about as well with the deal.
Yeah, actually, I do.
So
I heard about it. It made a big fuss.
I would say I'm team non-linker. Reason being is like, I understand the spiel that they would give you to say, oh, you know, we need to link these accounts to make sure that it's at the assured quality of PlayStations, and everyone's safe and stuff like that. But every country comes with their own rating system anyway. And if your game is already rated for that level, the quality assurance for the most part has been done, right? It's not needed. It's for customer data and information, yeah, you're gonna want to need that. But for the actual players' comfort, for the consumers, on the consumers' part, it's not really affecting them. Not in any ways that they will see. What is affecting them is the fact that they can't now access this game that they want to play, and also that legally is the key point. Because, you know, they may be able to access the game another way, but I can guarantee you it's not going to be through legal means and purchasing the product.
Yeah.
At which point you're, as you said, it's like it's something ridiculous, like 100 and something countries that don't actually have access to this. I know you omitted over it, but I will say there was a thing with one of the community managers over at PlayStation that basically said if it takes. You basically said, you know, if you don't want to spend 10 minutes to sign up for your PSN account, then, you know, don't play our game, basically.
Okay, to be clear, okay, I have to make sure this is clear. To be clear, this was in the community manager you're talking about was in the Discord of Helldivers 2, and he said this. So, and he works for Arrowhead Games. So they were fired after all of this. They were fired, but they were like, it's an interesting back and forth because I still haven't gotten like all the information. Like some people say that this guy deserves to be fired because of what happened, even though he kind of gave the idea of like downvoting the Helldiver on Steam and it having
that's why he got fired. Not the initial comment after he made it, he was then made aware that a lot of countries don't have access to this. And PC and like PlayStation and other companies under its umbrella are console companies, gamer companies. They don't know the trials and tribulations of the PC gamer race. Basically. So he didn't realize that people didn't have access to PSN and other things like this, so they took it back. But it's interesting that being someone in the industry for that company don't know that all these countries don't have access to your product like that. I think that was the most interesting part of it.
What's funny is that Japan's also on the list, so I was like, really?
Wow,
that is confusing. Yeah,
that is serious.
But yeah, they did lose their job because afterwards they made some additional comments on like about review bombing the game in order to so people get what they want. May not be the best information you want to give out as a community manager, but yeah,
true. But I think that as a community manager, it's easy when when the game is fine. Community management is like those jobs where it's like they think it's useless when you're doing your job properly. There's nothing to talk about, nothing's happening. It's only when things are going wrong, that's when it's like, where the hell is the community manager? What's he doing? So I think it's like community manager is like one of those weird jobs where it's like you take abuse for things you can't even properly control, and you're just meant to be like this middle person where you're meant to be like
damage control.
Taking heat, it's literally taking heat from both sides until like something then finally breaks. So, and like we're MG was a community first. So I've got like, we've got unique experience of what it feels like to be like in a community where it's like, we have people, different ideas from different people. And it's like, how do we then like ride the lightning, like measure the line and that kind of thing. So for me, it was like, that's why I didn't want to go too deep into it, because once I did, it's going to be like a whole thing. Like that could be like a whole talk about like community management and that kind of thing.
Yeah, but no, I was just saying through all of that, it just shows that as they're unaware of the availability of their own product in all these other countries and the systems that other people use that don't use their hardware, it makes sense why they would think it. But now that everyone's come forward and explained the situation to them, like they've changed their vote. They've said no, we're gonna take it.
Hold on. I agree. They've said that publicly. Now, whether or not they've actually done it is another thing. So we have to be careful, because
I mean, it is done.
They've said they've overturned the decision, but they haven't actually overturned it, because the reason why we were fighting is to make sure that the people in the countries that don't have PSN could play through Steam. And now they've done like a weird workaround where it's like, okay, you don't have to link your accounts, but where PSN isn't, you still can't play. So they've kind of done it like they've done it in a different way, if that makes sense. So
that's true, but I do think it does show that they will have to change their methods. Only reason being is you can't have 160 something countries out there that doesn't have access to your product when they want access to your product, regardless of like what account setup you need them to have. You kind of just need them to buy the game so you can make more, right?
I agree, but I think that what's probably happening is that there's a lot more like bureaucracy and red tape involved in making that happen if they want it to happen. So there's probably a lot more bureaucracy involved than what's required. So we don't know, but yeah. Sorry, Anzi. Okay, so that's Helldivers 2 controversy. Now, to lighten the mood,
it's been 15 minutes.
Okay.
Hello? Was that your short little...
Nah, that's my fault. That's my fault. I'll take half. I'll take the half.
7.5 minutes. All right. Next one on my list is EA doing EA things.
You have another list. Are you crazy?
I've got one. This is the last one. This is the last one. Next podcast. This is the last one. This is EA doing EA things. Whereas EA have mentioned they've circulated that they may want to add ads in game.
Oh my god. EA doing EA things.
Oh no!
EA things, real talk.
Can you imagine, like, before you fight a boss? Can you imagine before you fight a boss, and then all you hear is So, YouTube Premium. Oh no! I'll turn off like a flop ad right now. I'll turn it off. Like you're in the middle of like a gunfight, and then Spotify.
I don't know.
God.
Like, do they want people to like legally purchase their things and not use every software available to them to just not do that? Like
I don't know what's going. Like, I don't know who said this was the way forward. I don't know.
The
Yeah,
only one
because
who's
I mean,
making
they're
money
already making a buckload
is
of
the
money.
ad blocker. Yeah, the
Yeah.
only person making money is the ad blocker. I'm telling you
Facts.
now.
But true. No. How much money is too much money? Because now this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, true.
Because, like you said in the dark, it's like they're making like look at EA FC, like FIFA. Well, no, not FIFA anymore, but EA FC.
Yeah,
That game makes so much money. Like I know FIFA players, not FIFA players. Jesus, I have to stop saying that. I know FC players who are like, they know they're not buying a good product. They know it, but they will buy it regardless. They have got a chokehold on some of these mandem, and it's crazy. Like the way Assassin's Creed is for Annabelle, where she doesn't, or no, Sims. The way Annabelle rides and dies for Sims, she knows she's got a problem. She knows the next DLC isn't going to be good. But you know what? She's
Who
gonna
said you know I have a problem? Don't
What?
do that. Don't do that.
No, you
You
have a
know
problem.
what you're not gonna do. You're
No,
not gonna do that.
No, you have a problem. You have a problem. You have a
I
problem.
don't have a problem.
You have an addiction.
I
You have
love
an
The Sims and I love contributing to a community that I am part of. Okay.
No. There's a difference between contributing and then being like, what you call it. You're like, you got like the dopamine tap, like it's right in your wrist. You like load me up. Yeah.
Load me up.
Load me up. That's you.
Everyone's like that with something, though, man. Like I don't know.
That's called addiction, and we have programs to help.
Every time they make one of these isekai animes, I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. And
True. That is
Yep.
very true.
Yep.
Yeah. I've read the same plot 10,000 times. I will read it one more time. I get that, but still, like that is a problem that we need to address. But like I said, EA, they make so much money, and it's like, my brother, just be content with what we have right now, and then just make the art form better. Not how can I squeeze as much money from my consumers as possible. Because it feels like there is like this urgent need to make as much money as possible before like rules and regulations come like crashing down on these guys and saying, okay, now we need to be honest about our consumption. We need to be honest about we need to be healthy about how we make money in this sector, because it feels like the way that the rate and the things they're suggesting and how they're going about it, it's like they don't want the gaming industry to survive.
I'm not.
But you know, I was gonna just say what you said there kind of like hit the nail on the head, especially with EA. They're going into a thing where they just churn things out. They're not really putting a thing of longevity, the base of the game. Like they don't care. They just said, "Oh, sounds cool. Gonna get." So in their mindset is they, as you said, FIFA is a perfect example. Man, them queue up, buy it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna kick it. Gonna play ball for a little bit. I'm gonna kick it with my boys for a bit. Pro leagues coming out. Do that for a bit, then the game's dead. Up until they're getting ready for the next one that comes out for EA. So they're like, do you know what? Let's keep adding all these things. Packs, we're gonna get bare packs for that. Get the packs in, do what we need to do, move on. So they're moving that whole thing because they're realizing a lot of their games are not having that longevity anymore. So they're just like, at the end of the day, let's do what we need to do and bleed it dry. It's like it's like a vampire coming back for second meals. Like it's a body that he's like, oh, I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a crazy comparison.
Yeah, seriously.
That's what it's like. It's like a malnourished mosquito that I need to get every ounce.
It is not a marketing strategy that can work with many games. However, it does work well with any like sports game that gets the new season update.
Exactly.
Like those games, like any game that has a season, Yeah, it makes sense because once the season's done, that part of it's done, and there's going to be new stuff to come, and there's an update, and now you got new players, characters, whatever, right? So, in those circumstances, I can understand why you maybe want to like maximize what you get from that season because next season might be rubbish. You don't know.
True.
So that makes sense.
As well as in sports games and in sports themselves, like the branding marketing is there. I'm not gonna bat too much of an eyelid if I'm seeing like marketing on the football pitch because there's marketing on the football pitch in real life, you know.
No. Okay. There's a difference. Like when I said the ad thing, there's a difference between like because ads in game is not a novel concept. This is not something new. This has been happening for ages with like Tony Hawk, where it's like at the back you could see like I don't know, a t-shirt being sold or something like that. Like there's been ads in games, whereas what I think EA want to do is like have that kind of, you know, YouTube where it's like before you play the game.
Oh yeah, no. If they're doing, I gotta wait 15 seconds to skip ad and then that can get straight deleted. If you saying that Spider-Man just holds up a Coke can, sips it, and goes, then alright, fine. I'll take the L. Spider-Man likes Coke, fine. But like, I'm not waiting 15 seconds before I fight Melania. Are you dumb?
Yeah, exactly. And then in the long run, they're going to sell you something to get rid of the ads too.
Hey, try Elden Ring Premium now with less ads.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Okay. This has obviously been run over by Obsidian Fury, and I do not agree with this marketing strategy from EA. I think that should be dead in the water. And I really don't think that's going to get anywhere. I think the public backlash will just be like the way Sony backtracked. That's something that's very good about social media for these games is that they are held accountable to a degree. And if this is not working, this is going to be shut down immediately and probably will hopefully never see the light of day because that is a horrifying concept.
I'll put EA on some game if they really want to do this. If they really, really want to do this.
No, I'm gonna delete that because I don't even want to put ideas in people's heads.
Exactly. Yeah.
EA, hire me. I got you. EA, listen. I'm your marketing strategist here. Listen, I got you, bro.
This is getting cut anyway. You think I'm gonna add the podcast?
Add a bit of him saying that he's got the info and then cut what the info is.
I'm not gonna. No. What we're gonna do is mute Obsidian Fury. And we're gonna move on to.
Listen, I'm an EA fanboy. Listen, EA, I'm your marketing strategist. I got you. Listen, this is what you have to do. Okay, let it.
No. Stop playing that. In the dark, do you have any updates, or have we been railroaded by Obsidian Fury?
Listen.
Well, I think he touched on all the salient ones that have been, because the whole linking the PSN account was just too much noise online. Yeah, and then the EA ads too.
Don't get him started, please. What about you, AJ Taku?
Yeah, coming to a podcast near you. A new topic. What we'll go into details later, but I'm going to talk about how video game adaptations are slapping as of late. Yeah, let's talk about Fallout, guys. Let's talk about
that's a good one.
Series, because bruv, video, you know, like it used to be a curse to make a video game live action anything. It was a straight curse. We just don't do that. But now, listen, Fallout, chef's kiss, bruv. No notes. If you ain't seen it, even if you never played a Fallout game in your life, you don't know what a Fallout is, go check it out. I guarantee you will have yourself a time. As well as the Sonic movies have done well. We know about that. But
the show, Knuckles. I really liked it.
Knuckles show recently dropped.
Oh, it dropped.
And it's cooking. It's cooking, guys. Like I'm hyped for Sonic 3 already. Like Keanu Reeves a shadow, forget about it.
It works. It works. No, it works.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say everyone is gonna hit perfectly. I know there's a lot of people out there that like Halo, but I feel there's a lot of people out there that don't like Halo. And the people that don't like Halo are the people that played Halo.
People who played Halo don't like Halo TV show. People who've never played Halo like the Halo TV show. So
So not everyone's gonna slap, but they are doing good work with these video game adaptations. So Twisted Metal, if you remember the game, got a show. check it out. Anthony Mackie and what's her name? Mirabelle from Encanto, Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Anthony Mackie and her basically in the Twisted Metal TV show. Hilarious. Ants for day. Check it out. But yeah, that's just my takeaway. We've had a lot of future shows drop close together, all video game related, and they seem to be cooking, guys. I think we might be in for some good stuff going forward.
It started with The Last of Us. Can we at least put Last of Us respect on that show's name?
It
started
brilliant. But Last of Us is there. Yeah, and I know it's animated, but Castlevania.
Like, that was good.
Crazy good. Yeah, the same people that done Castlevania are working on Devil May Cry as we speak.
Okay,
wow. I cannot wait. Just this
and also Tomb Raider's coming out as well. They're doing a show of Tomb Raider.
Oh, what we getting a new Tomb Raider?
We're getting another Tomb Raider
earlier today.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. The curse has been lifted, guys. Someone returned the slab. The curse has been lifted.
Yay!
And video game adaptations are now a thing. Let us know in the comments what game you want to see turned into an anime or live action show. And let's, just will it into fruition.
Last but not least, Zen, do you have any updates?
I'm just waiting on GTA. like
just try to stay alive. Just try to stay alive.
I don't think you understand. I just want to make it so I can join the whole. Listen, I'm gonna have a smile on my face when I'm waiting. We all remember when GTA Online dropped and we had to wait, come back again to see if we could load in. Oh, I'm about to make it. No. I get to the airport scene. I get kicked back out. Listen, we're all just there chilling, waiting. I can't wait. Like I cannot.
Oh, either.
I think GTA is going to be the next game where people physically queue up for it. I think.
And
they could do that easily.
Easily.
Like,
Argos, all of them ain't got nothing. Their stock is not ready, bro.
Is bone dry. People are gonna go up to Wales to get the last copy.
True. I'm gonna expect fights. Like John Lewis.
GTA may be one of those games where it ends up having more digital copies sold because people just said, "Forget waiting for factory production. Give me that thing now."
Yeah,
I think shops should get ready. Shops should really get ready. They could do a whole GTA theme. I think they could really go wild with this one.
Like if you're one place that they just said, oh yeah, we only got 1,000 units, yeah. And me as the person delivering it, I'll be like, you were stupid. Like you know you're very stupid for this. Don't
even tell no one you got it, bro.
To be fair, to be fair, in the spirit of this, what do you guys think of scalpers? Because if there's going to be hype for this, then you know there's going to be scalpers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is true.
It'll put more pressure on physical copies then.
Yeah.
But you know what? But you know what? That's why I said it'll probably end up being like digital copies sold more than physical copies, just because it will be easier for people to get their hands on a digital copy than a physical copy. Let's let it also be known, I can have my digital copy installed and play that at 12 o'clock midnight while you're sitting there waiting for 9 a.m. so that Argos can open up and you go buy your
midnight releases, people.
But do you remember how
midnight releases?
Wait, servers won't servers be affected by all the digital downloads and stuff?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
GTA ready. GTA should be ready.
But think about the space, how much space GTA will take. I don't know if people have that kind of space on their console.
Everything else will get deleted. Nothing is important.
This edition of GTA comes with a 2 terabyte hard drive.
Yeah, GTA is going to be a beast. It'll be a beast to download.
The thing that I'm most looking forward to about it, though, is that the fact of, like with certain games, you're like, only 4 people can come in. You got that extra one friend that comes on and it makes 5 of you. And then that person has to kind of just be there or, wait until somebody else jumps off.
Yeah.
GTA will bring back that thing. I remember the days, and that's what I'm missing. 9 of us, 10 of us will be in the lobby doing a madness, different things at the same time, but having fun. Like some of us will be doing golf, some of us will be robbing a convenience store in the corner. Somebody else will be, I've got the police chasing me. I'm on a 5-star. Like I'm on doing a madness.
Yeah, I need help.
You know, four-man squads is too small these days. Like, let's be real. To all the guys out there making games, like 4-man squads is not enough anymore.
Yeah.
Like, stop capping me. Like trio squads isn't enough, bruv. Like, you know, we got parties now. Communities have grown. Like, you know, I need a 10-man squad so we can run up into some madness. And GTA is the only thing that lets you do that.
And that was it. That was it. I remember, like, it got to the point. Do you remember before they expanded? And this is the thing. It was almost GTA that had to expand the amount of people. Because remember, you were only limited to 8 people in a party on PlayStation. Remember before you had to go into, and GTA thought about that. They thought about voice chat in the game because they knew how many people they wanted on. You'd have 10, 12 people in a whole like map. Just doing madness.
And proximity chat as well. Like, you know, proximity chat's just like a day-to-day thing now. But when GTA Online was out, like originally, and I just heard people talking, I'm like, who's that? This guy whizzing by in the car.
True. I mean, everyone knows. There'll be no work. No one will go into work that day. It'll be 1 week of just GTA playing it. That's what. There'll be nothing else streamed, nothing else talked about. It's gonna break the internet again, just the way when the trailer got released. It was even in the news.
Just hope your manager doesn't know what day GTA drops, bro. Because it's planned to sit down.
There's just gonna be no work for a whole week. Like no one's going into work that day. But yeah,
Anzi, how about you? What options do you have?
In terms of roundup, I was gonna say about in-person events coming up, guys. Comic-Con, EGX and Comic-Con combining. I know some people like the idea of it, some people don't like the idea of it. I think if it's a way to be sustainable in terms of sorry, go on.
Oh no, I didn't know they were combining.
Yeah, they're combining for this October. It's the first time they're doing it. Oh. I think it's because sometimes it's maybe these in-person things are expensive and we don't want to lose it like the way we lost E3. I've always wanted to go to E3 and now it's been cancelled permanently. That's something that I was like, oh man, I really that was on my wish list.
I forgot to do an E3 in my lifetime.
Yeah, exactly. So now I can never go to E3 because maybe if they'd combined it with something else though, it could have sustained. So I know that not a lot of people like the idea of them combining, but if we can keep EGX and Comic-Con like forever, then if they have to combine, they have to combine, you know.
I think it's more EGX needs MCM rather than MCM needs EGX because MCM has always been the biggest of the what's that place called? That's the one. So, but EGX has always been like smaller and it's more game focused. So, I'm in a 1-2 mind because I like going to places where it's just games. I like going to that.
So do I. But
yeah, as long as they don't change locations on me, I'm all right.
Yeah, it's going to be IXL. But I think if it's a way that it needs to be saved, then we just have to do everything we have to do because look, we lost blockbusters. # never forget. We've lost E3. Can't forget that too. So if this is a way to save EGX, then I'm all for it. Then
in-person events are important.
To be fair, blockbusters did it to themselves. They could have bought Netflix.
No, this is my turn, yeah? You've had your turn. # never forget blockbusters. We miss you. I wish Blockbuster would come back. At least just one nostalgic store.
There is I think there's one store. There's one store still open, I think. There's it's a novelty store. I think there's one store still open.
This is UK, not in America.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's kind of everything. We'll probably see everyone at Comic-Con. We'll probably do another podcast. But these podcasts now, people are becoming twice a month instead of once a week. So we'll be
bi-weekly.
Different content. So keep up to date on our socials about that. Because we'll be making announcements, and we'll see you guys in person, hopefully at Comic-Con. But thanks guys for chilling with me and hanging out. I've been with In the Dark.
Stay safe, guys.
OG Attaku.
Keep it OG, peeps.
And Zen.
Take it easy.
And Obsidian Fury.
Take it easy, MG Squad.
And it's been your hostess with Moses, Creatively Anzi. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, people.